Welcome to this very special edition of Military Makeover Operation Career. I'm your host, Montel Williams. Today we're talking jobs in steel, specifically the United States Steel Corporation. They've been a fundamental part of America's economy and culture for over 120 years. As the company that built the steel that built this nation, as they set their sights on a sustainable future, U.S. Steel is looking to hire the best and the brightest America has to offer, our military veterans. Our first stop is U.S. Steel's Big River Steel Works in Osceola, Arkansas. It's one of the newest electric arc furnace mills in North America, featuring the latest steel manufacturing technology.
U.S. Steel is over 120 years old, the cornerstone of American industry since 1901. U.S. Steel was founded by Andrew Carnegie, J.P. Morgan, and Charles Schwab. And for more than 120 years now, we've been melting, mining, and making steel that's played a critical role in this nation's infrastructure. We were the first billion-dollar corporation. We were the first company to actually produce an annual report, first company to hold a stockholders meeting, first company to have a business code of ethics, and we were the first company to coin the phrase safety first. U.S. Steel has supplied steel for some of the largest structures in the United States. We've supplied steel for the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge, the Hancock Tower in Chicago, the New Orleans Superdome, the New River Gorge Bridge in West Virginia, and the Chesapeake Bay Bridge in Maryland. If I had to sum up the steel industry in one word today, I'd say transformative. It's at the forefront of the energy transition from electrical vehicles to solar panels. It's an essential part of the future, and innovation happens every day within our company. What U.S. Steel is doing within the industry right now is extremely unique.
As we learn more about U.S. Steel's business, we're going to also hear about their commitment to our nation's military. Next stop, the Mesabi Iron Range in northern Minnesota, where the company recently held a Beyond the Yellow Ribbon event.
We stand here today with a significant amount of Minnesota communities and over 80 corporate partners committed to this program, dedicated to veterans and their families.
Beyond the Yellow Ribbon is a program that focuses on honoring and supporting veterans. So it started really in 2007 in Farmington, Minnesota, and since then has grown to a network of communities and over 80 corporate sponsors that focuses on honoring and supporting veterans that have served here in the Minnesota National Guard and the Reserve and on active duty or retirees as well. This ceremony today is honoring our Minnesota Ore Operations chapter on the SERV Employee Resource Group, but really the broader U.S. Steel Corporation acceptance as a Beyond the Yellow Ribbon corporate sponsor, and certainly a visible display and recognition of our dedication as a company to veterans as well. I'm the Director of Sales at U.S. Steel, focusing on the pipe and tube and service center segments with the company for about 2.5 years at this point. And I'm also the President of our Veterans Employee Resource Group, SERV, which stands for Strengthening and Enhancing Relationships of Veteran Employees. I did 23 years on active duty. I retired as a colonel, and in that time I did everything from a platoon leader to an executive officer, company commander. My biggest successes in the military was really setting those soldiers and non-commissioned officers up with a good culture so they could know and trust that the leadership of their organization cares and is going to make sure they're trained, equipped, have all the right resources that they need to be successful when and if we call them into action and to do the mission the country requires. To me, culture is king. Once you get that right, it's the foundation for really all of the things that you want to do with your organization to be able to take it to the next level and beyond. So at U.S. Steel, we certainly live by our steel principles, and the first one of that is safety first. Day in and day out, people are doing activities and making decisions that can impact potentially a teammate or themselves if they're not being disciplined, following systems and processes and procedures. The things that made them successful in the military are a lot of the things that we look for to be successful here as well.
I started as a production truck driver, and I'm now training to be a multi-equipment operator. I was active Army for 4 years. I joined the Army right out of high school. It was something my family had done. I joined the Army in 2003, so it's not long after 9/11. And I'm a patriot. I love my country, and I wanted to keep it safe. And I wanted to protect not only my family, but everybody else's. So I was active Army for 4 years, and I was married. And we had to make the tough choice of having 2 active duty parents. So I made the choice to step out, and so my husband could continue on the career and I could support the family. So I was actually out for, I think, a year, maybe a year and a half. I got called in to support a reserve unit who was being deployed to Kuwait in support of both the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. The reason I left the military was I wanted to focus on my family. Having the ability to be able to provide for your family and make sure they're safe and stable, that's a big thing. And so I ended up moving up to northern Minnesota, and U.S. Steel is a big part of the community. And so when I first started, I was like, what? I can't do that, right? Like I can't be a miner. What do you mean? And but I heard that they had a strong veteran support option, and I applied and got interviewed and came in. U.S. Steel really appreciates veterans, and I think they strive to try to find them because of the unique qualities that we bring.
When we return, some of the latest technologies that U.S. Steel has brought online to be the leader in sustainable steel. Stay with us. Welcome back. Today we're focused on U.S. Steel, a historic company with a sustainable vision of the future. Because as we're going to learn, steel is actually infinitely recyclable. Our mission, get the word out. Veterans can play a key role in the future of this critical industry.
U.S. Steel makes next-generation steels that not only advance our customers' products, but we also contribute to a lower carbon, more sustainable planet. We have a combination of steelmaking technologies within our company, best of both technologies. Blast furnace technology, basic oxygen furnaces, and then mini-mill electric arc furnace technology now. We have our own iron ore mines up in Minnesota. We produce steel for a variety of applications, for automotive applications, for construction applications, industrial equipment, household appliances, and the energy sector as a whole.
United States Steel Gary, first of all, it's fueled by 4,800 men and women, United Steel workers who come out here every day and really put forth a great amount of effort. This facility has been here since 1905. One of our biggest markets is automotive, where we make upwards of 19,000 tons of steel on a daily basis, cast through 4 different casting machines here, run everything through a very robust hot strip mill, and all in total make about 6 million tons of steel a year here at Gary Works. As we evolve and we think about our business drivers, first and foremost with safety, but then environmental, we're going to actually take some of our blast furnace gas, capture some of our CO2, reduce our overall CO2 emissions, and be able to make a sellable product out of it, calcium carbonate. So it's an exciting thing. We are going to be the first integrated facility in North America to do that. And it's really revolutionary when we think about our road to getting to zero emissions in 2050.
Our strategy is what we call best of both, the integrated blast furnace facilities and the electric arc furnace facilities down at Big River. We're building Big River 2 in Osceola, Arkansas now, and that's going to be another employment opportunity. There's already a lot of veterans that are successful both in U.S. Steel and of course down at Big River as well.
At Big River Steelworks in Arkansas, we were actually the first steel mill in the world to be LEED certified. And on top of that, last year became the first in North America to earn responsible steel certification. We're in the process of investing $3 billion in a new mill here that will start up very shortly. And we've thought about sustainability from all angles with all capital projects that we're doing right now. Sustainability is a part of every conversation that we have with our strategy, short and long term. Steel's an essential part to a sustainable future across the entire world right now. We have a goal to be net zero by 2050, and we're committed to get there. Decarbonization and technological innovation is central to us, regardless of what facility we're talking about within the company.
When it comes to what the future looks like for U.S. Steel, we're certainly focused on being a more sustainable company. So with the acquisition of Big River and now the building of Big River 2, that's going to give us about 6 million tons a year of capacity of electric arc furnace steel. That steel on average is about 75% less carbon intensive. We're focusing on everything from the steel that goes into those projects and selling them to our customers to a 250 megawatt solar project that is going in behind the meter down at Big River to help actually fuel the electric arc furnace and melt the recycled steel that goes into recasting and melting new steel as well. It's an exciting time for us.
Gary Works is a marquee facility for United States Steel. We can make some unique products here, API line pipe. We can make advanced high-strength steels for automotive. One of the most important things when we talk about sustainability and recycling is we take 20% of our charge is scrap metal. So that goes into our vessel, the iron is mixed with it, and then you can fully recuperate 100% of those pure metallic elements and bring back into a new product.
With the investment and acquisition of Big River and the electric arc furnaces, that allowed us to offer our sustainable line of steel called Verdex. Verdex is fed from recycled steel, which is on average 75% less greenhouse gas intensive. We also made an investment in Protec, a joint venture, which is a facility that focuses on advanced high-strength steels and ultra-high-strength steels that a lot of our automotive customers are demanding as they look to lightweight and get more efficient in their automobile designs.
When we return, we'll see how your training and culture from the military makes you a sought-after employee for this industrial giant. We'll be back right after this. American prosperity in the 21st century will depend on and be built with steel. We've just scratched the surface of the job opportunities for veterans in this essential heavy industry. Let's learn more.
The skills that military veterans bring within our company and within our plants are very, very critical to the success of our operations. Our military veterans are highly trained, highly intelligent, and very technical, where they can not only innovate, but bring value to our entire company by their previous work experience within the military. Our Serve ERG, Strengthening and Enhancing Relationships of Veteran Employees, is a veteran employee resource group that honors and supports all employees, current and prospective, who are veterans of our nation's military or remain active in the National Guard or Reserves. Serve's membership was a significant factor in U.S. Steel earning recognition from the Military Times as a Best for Vets employer, an honor that highlights both our support for the military community and our deep appreciation for the value they bring to our company.
I was a boiler technician on board the USS Capodanno FF-1093, a fast frigate, which was an escort ship for the carrier groups while out to sea or on deployment. Right at the end of my final few months before I could either re-enlist or actually go home, I thought, hey, it's time for me to get out. I'll go home and find a job and see how everything works out. During that time frame, U.S. Steel was hiring former guys that worked on boilers, and I received a call in 1995, and since then I've been here at U.S. Steel 29 years, June 5th of 1995 till today. My role right now is the safety supervisor and security supervisor for the Gary Works complex. The culture in the Navy, there was a big focus on team, doing work together to make sure that no one got hurt, everyone stayed safe. We followed the procedures. When I came here to U.S. Steel, one of the first things they did was had us review procedures, talking about jobs and how you can do them safely. And as I went on in my career, I started working with the safety teams and working with the safety organization to perform audits on jobs that were being done. There was a phrase that we had over in the coke plant that some of the guys I work with talked about: safety never takes a break. Safety's 24/7. One of the big things that you carry over from the military to U.S. Steel is the thought process of procedures, how the jobs work, learning the jobs, getting the training, the same things we went through in the Navy. When I look at opportunities for veterans and the opportunities and the equipment and the longevity of this facility, I look at opportunities where people could come here, learn new job tasks. They can also be a part of making change, using their background in technology. Some people come in with different computer skills, some different management skills from the military that they can bring in as a leader. People can use their background to come here and actually be a part of that change. We have many opportunities and different jobs that you can learn or that you can start here. Getting into the door here at U.S. Steel, it provides a long opportunity for you and your family to provide for yourself.
My military background, it started back in 2002. When I got out of high school in 2001, was kind of lost at what I wanted to do. Needed some direction. My grandfather served in the U.S. Navy during the Korean War. Went into the recruiting office, took the testing, qualified for all the jobs. One really reached out to me, was submarines. I did 7 deployments on the USS Maryland Gold Crew, probably between 3 or 4 years underwater with all my time. I did 10 years total. I didn't know it at that time, but right then it started my safety education. Helped with developing procedures, learning procedures, writing procedures, security, and all that training that I use almost every day at U.S. Steel. When I entered U.S. Steel into the SERV ERG, I was blessed with U.S. Steel and the help of a lot of veterans at U.S. Steel and the SERV ERG. I became the vice president for the corporate level. I started as a shift manager in iron producing, finished my master's degree in safety. I spent 10 years in Gary on the safety team, had basically all the divisions up there for coverage. An opportunity arose to join the Big River team, and I've been down here in Big River for 1 year. Love it, great workers, great environment, great area. Now I'm the safety manager of the newest mill in North America, so it's pretty awesome. I have a great team, very young, very eager, very hungry. We're out there every day teaching and educating and mentoring this workforce that is probably one of the strongest and hungry workforces I've ever been part of. I would urge veterans or people that are transitioning out of the military to consider a job at U.S. Steel. It helped me and my family. The military is not known for paying well, and U.S. Steel, it's a great home. I'm a 4th generation U.S. Steel employee. It's provided for my family since the early 1920s. The benefits are amazing. I love it.
Working for U.S. Steel for me is very, very personal. I grew up in Pittsburgh. I grew up watching family members and friends work for U.S. Steel. And over 120 years, one thing that U.S. Steel has done has never stopped innovating and never stopped trying to become the best steel company on the planet. It is on the path to become the best steelmaker in the world.
When we come back, final thoughts and information on becoming part of U.S. Steel's vision of the future. U.S. Steel knows that veterans come from a mission-oriented culture with a focus on safety. Consider building the next phase of your career out of steel. Thanks so much for watching this special edition of Military Makeover Operation Career. I'm Montel Williams. We'll see you next time.